Let us discuss today's current affairs. AFINDEX, AFINDEX, AFINDEX 2019, Africa-India Joint Field Training Exercise. AFINDEX, AFINDEX, Africa-India Joint Field Training Exercise between Indian Army and 16 African nations. Between Indian Army and 16 African nations is going to be conducted in Pune in the later half of this month. After 2-3 days, AFINDEX between Africa, 16 nations in Africa and India is going to be conducted in few days. This is important. Next, as you already know, Sirsi Supari, SIRSI, Sirsi Supari got GI tag. It's the first arachnid to get GI tag. Sirsi, SIRSI, Sirsi Supari got GI tag. It is the first arachnid to get GI tag. And Erode turmeric also got GI tag. Erode is a place in Tamil Nadu. Erode turmeric, TURMERAC. Erode turmeric also got GI tag, geographical indication tag. And next important current affairs, DRDO testified successfully man-portable anti-tank guided missile. DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, successfully testified man-portable anti-tank guided missile. Man-portable anti-tank guided missile. What do you mean by man-portable? That can be launched from a human being. That can be launched from a human being. The missile incorporates many advanced features. The missile incorporates many advanced features, including image infrared radar, with advanced avionics. So we have man-portable anti-tank guided missile prepared by DRDO indigenously, that was successfully testified. It has many advanced technology, including infrared radars and avionics. Next important news, National Mission on Electronic Vehicle Mobility. You all know now the trend is going on with electronic vehicles. Now everybody is vying on electronic vehicles. Government of India, the center formed the National Mission on Transformative Mobility and Battery Storage. The National Mission on Transformative Mobility and Battery Storage. The chairman of this mission was Amitabh Kant, CEO of Niti Aayog. The chairman of National Mission on Transformed Mobility and battery storage, the chairman was Amitabh Kant, and they will finalize phased manufacturing program. This mission will finalize phased manufacturing program for next 5 years for electronic vehicles. As you all know, we have electronic vehicles policy, FAME policy. Now we are under FAME 2. FAME 2. FAME. FAME means focus on increasing of electric vehicles. That is adoption of clean energy vehicles. FAME for clean energy, because we have environmental pollution. One important pollutant is carbon monoxide from vehicles. So if we go for electronic vehicles, we can minimize environmental pollution. The policy is FAME 1 and FAME 2. Indian government launched recently FAME 2. Indian government launched recently FAME 2 to boost the adoption of clean energy vehicles. To boost the adoption of clean energy vehicles. The full form of FAME is faster adoption and manufacturing of electronic vehicles. FAME means faster adoption and manufacturing of electronic vehicles, electronic mobility, electronic and hybrid vehicles is called FAME. Now we have entered into FAME 2, FAME 1 and this is now FAME 2, faster adoption of electronic vehicles. A next important issue coming to newspaper today, Hindu paper. If you see the first page of Hindu, the Supreme Court said RTI Act, Right to Information Act is more important than Official Secrets Act. Right to Information Act is more important than Official Secrets Act. As you all know, Official Secrets Act was passed in the year 1923. It was made by British, whereas RTI Act we have passed in 2005. Supreme Court told in the modern era, RTI Act is more important than Official Secrets Act, and it's a time to repeal Official Secrets Act. It's a time to repeal Official Secrets Act. And here Attorney General Venugopal said section 22 of RTI Act, which declared RTI to have an overriding effect over OSA. Then section 24, which mandates security and intelligence organizations to disclose information. Even security and intelligence organizations to disclose information. Finally, section 8 clause 2, which compels the government to disclose the information if public interest have such disclosure. Mr. Venugopal said the defense purchases dealt with the security of the state will supersede everything else. Did not understand, right? I will let you know. See, there is a section called section 8 of RTI Act. There is a section called section 8 of RTI Act. According to section 8, there are some restrictions on RTI. You cannot file on certain issues like intelligence, defense secrets, cabinet notings, or the information which affects the government of India. For example, can you ask the information on Subhash Chandra Bose classified files? No. Section 8 deals with restrictions. Okay. Section 8 clause 2 says, but if public interest comes into picture, that means you have to disclose information when public interest outweighs the harm. Means if public interest is more than the harm, then you have to disclose the information. This is section 8 clause 1 and section 8 clause 2. Whereas Attorney General said only when we can disclose the information. The government can disclose the information when RTI Act have overriding effect over OSA. RTI Act have overriding means RTI is more important than OSA. But according to section 24, with respect to defense and intelligence secrets, when there is a heavy corruption and other things, there might be a chance. But generally, it is not so easy to reveal the defense secrets, which are very, very important. Okay. So, there are two acts. One is RTI Act, second is Official Secrets Act. Official Secrets Act was made by British government in 1923. RTI Act 2005. To the extent of inconsistency with RTI Act, Official Secrets Act was repealed, but not the entire Official Secrets Act. Even today we have an act called Official Secrets Act. Official Secrets Act. Okay. With respect to RTI and Official Secrets Act, Supreme Court told RTI trumps Official Secrets Act. That is, RTI is more important than Official Secrets Act. Am I clear? Next. 6 dead as Mumbai food bridge collapses. 6 dead as Mumbai food bridge collapses. In Mumbai, from last 2 years, this is second disaster. Similarly, another bridge in a rainy day collapsed. 2 years back, 1.5 to 2 years back, 1 year back. Disasters are of two types, natural and man-made. Disasters are of two types, natural and man-made. These disasters like bridge collapse, all these things, they are avoidable disasters. They are avoidable. But unfortunately, sometimes they do happen, mishaps do happen. So, it is the duty of the surveillance authorities to ensure that every public place is a safe place. But unfortunately, these things are happening. This is strongly condemnable. And next is, you all know, MPs in Britain, British Parliament, voted in favor of delay of Brexit. On March 29th, we should have Brexit, but now Brexit can be delayed. Let's see how much time they will delay. Next article, coming to page number 8, Hindu paper today. Page number 8, Hindu paper. China's block. China's block. What is this China's block? In the UNSC, in the United Nations Security Council, for the 4th time, China blocked. For the 4th time, China blocked, declaring that Masood Azhar as an international terrorist. For the 4th time. That means China told, I will evolve a formula after a dialogue with Islamabad and New Delhi. That is Pakistan and India. I will evolve a triangular formula. So, I will bring some consensus on this issue. Till that time, I am not going to favor to say that Masood Azhar is an international terrorist. Next article, an abhorrent and unjust device. An abhorrent and unjust device. This article is related to capital punishment. Capital punishment means death sentence. This is related to capital punishment. It means death sentence. What do you mean by this article? The other is saying there is no use of capital punishment. Capital punishment will not be of any help. There are two arguments. One is capital punishment is against humanity. Second is, if one cannot give life, one cannot take the life. If one cannot give the life, one cannot take the life. Third is, the other gave a data. The data goes like this. 74% of the people who are in capital punishment row, they are poor. 63% of them are the sole breadwinners of the family. More than 60% of them have not done their high school at all. 23% of them have not attended school at all. Got the point? 74% are poor, 63% are the sole breadwinners, and 60% have not attended beyond high school, not incomplete studies. 23% have not gone to school at all. If you see their social, economic and educational profile, they are vulnerable for many antisocial things. So, criminals are not born, but they are made. According to Mahatma Gandhi, criminals are not born, but they are made. Crimes are the products of socio-economic circumstances. In order to minimize the crime in the society, you have to minimize the social vulnerabilities and discrimination rather than killing the criminal. In India, still we have capital punishment. In the rarest of the rare cases, we have capital punishment. In the rarest of the rare cases, we go for capital punishment. But unfortunately, the other have given 2-3 cases as examples. See, even courts are subjective. Some courts say the man have committed a brutal murder. Other courts say he has not committed any murder. Even the justice delivery system and the evidence system is subject to examining the witness is very volatile. In such a scenario, how can you say capital punishment you are actually imposing to the right culprit? He might not be really accused, he might not be really a convict, but you are killing him. how far it is right. So the other taken a stand. The other taken a stand that retention of death penalty undermines India's moral foundations. Continuing the death penalty undermines India's moral foundations. So, but remember, not in all murder cases we go for capital punishment. Only in the rarest of rare cases. The people who support capital punishment argue that capital punishment creates a deterrent effect. Capital punishment creates a deterrent effect. It will create a fear factor. And capital punishment not in all cases we go for, only in the rarest of the rare cases. So there are people who support capital punishment and there are people who oppose capital punishment. Okay. So many countries in the world abolish capital punishment. There are many countries, though they have, they never used it. There are very few countries which are continuing with capital punishment. For example, China. For example, India. These countries they are continuing with capital punishment. Next, horror in Pollachi. Horror in Pollachi. P-O-L-L-A-C-H-A, Pollachi. Pollachi is a place in Coimbatore district. It's a place in Coimbatore district in Tamil Nadu. It is a crime of blackmailing, crime of sexual assault. It was a brutal crime where women are being trapped, they were videographed and blackmailed for sexual and monetary favors. According to the recent reports, around 60 women in the same place, Pollachi, were being caught under this trap. Many of the women were unable to come out because of shame and social ostracism. Women should be very careful about these type of issues. So police is investigating the case and even I think CBCID is also taking care of the case. But I think we need to do much more for these type of women related crimes. So brutal a crime where women were harassed like this for monetary and sexual benefits. Pollachi incidents. Next, from revolutions to roses. From revolutions to roses. This article is on International Women's Day, March 8th. International Women's Day, March 8th. The author spoke in a very harsh tone. I will explain what did she spoke. Everybody gives lectures on women empowerment, but who should bell the cat? Everybody speaks a lot about women, but who will change the fate of women? She told, she started with a sarcasm. She told, when I opened my mailbox, email box, on Women's Day Eve, there were many offers from McDonald's, Amazon, Oracle. There are many offers. But unfortunately, these institutions, these companies have done very little to women in their wages, in their employment and in support to women. Why do they speak a lot? Women's Day means bringing a change, revolutionary change. But what you are doing on the Women's Day, you are just offering roses. You are just offering roses. This particular change in the mindsets is required. Where in 1910, Clara Zetkin, a feminist, she was also a socialist. A feminist, she was also a socialist. Who was a feminist? A feminist is a person who revolves around the ideologies of equal rights for women, sometimes better rights for women. So they want emancipation of women. They are called feminists. Generally, women are feminists. Sometimes, exceptionally, even men are feminists. Okay, it is not that only all women are feminists. Even men are feminists. And so, who is a socialist? Who have socialist ideology? Who have socialist ideology? Means equal society, equal distribution of wealth, all these things. And Clara Zetkin is not only a feminist but also socialist. She told women are of two types. Bourgeoisie women and proletarian women. Bourgeoisie means rich class women. Proletariat means working class women. There are two types of women. One is rich class women, poor class women. So both should be taken care of in a different manner. One has to help the women in the poor societies, in the poor classes. So Clara Zetkin said this, and she also spoke that it is better to go for Women's Day, there is no doubt. In fact, UNO have started celebrating Women's Day from 1975, whereas the concept of Women's Day started in 1917. The concept of Women's Day started in 1917, whereas UNO started celebrating Women's Day from 1975 because UNO did not want to accept a concept of Germany, March 8, 1917, where the Bolshevik revolution has started. Okay, and she told, what we need is, in an increasingly unequal world, March 8th, that is International Women's Day, gives us an opportunity to ask ourselves how much more to be done and what to be done and how it to be accomplished for an equal society, balance for better. For an equal society, balance for better. Okay, and it was a very good article. Those who wanted to take political science optional, kindly cut and paste your political science notes, because there is a mention about Clara Zetkin, there is a mention about socialist feminism, there is also a mention about bourgeoisie feminism and also proletarian feminism. Okay, then Ayodhya issue we will discuss separately. Last article, Facebook's pivot to privacy plan signals a shift in its center of gravity. Facebook's pivot to privacy plan signals a shift in its center of gravity. Here you should understand a point. Facebook chief Mark Zuckerberg have left a around 3,200 worded a document representing his views on privacy and social media. Privacy and social media. You all know Facebook is the platform where we cannot claim our privacy. That we all know that. Whereas WhatsApp or Instagram, in many other social media, we can have our privacy to an extent. But Facebook is the platform where you cannot have privacy at all. 1 year, 6, 8, 9 months back, there is an issue in the world called Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica is a British based firm which have collected the detailed information about all the people using Facebook in a particular locality and manipulated the elections in America. This was a complaint on Cambridge Analytica. Finally, recently, it's a British based firm, recently I think it filed bankruptcy also. So, this man Mark Zuckerberg now is speaking about privacy and social media. Okay, he told end-to-end encryption, there should be end-to-end encryption, number one. Number two, he told whatever you post in social media, it should have an ephemeral effect, means temporary. After some time it should be automatically deleted. There should not be permanent posting. No data storing on any social media including Facebook. No data mining or data storing. And one more thing he told, interoperability. So you can operate from Facebook to WhatsApp, WhatsApp to Instagram, Instagram to Telegram, Telegram to Twitter. So he has given many suggestions to have privacy in social media. And it was a surprise to me that this same thing is coming from Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, that is the only surprise to me. And current affairs today, open your